Alright, let's go to the Gallus. Quite excited about squats. I am fucking praying that my body is up for being strong today. Mentally, I'm fucking ready. But you never know. You never know how your body's gonna be until you start warming up. Which is why I tell all of my clients, you know, if we're heading in for a big top set and it's an RPE given 9/10, something big, and they're like, what number shall I do? What number shall I do? Have an idea of a range, then pick your last warm up. So I know today my last warm up is going to be 200 kilos. If that moves well, then I have a range in my head that I want to work to, and hopefully we can knock off a decent juicy set. But also be very prepared and open-minded to bring that number down if you have to get the necessary work done. Like if my body isn't quite up for it today, but you know, I did 220 for 5 last session. You know, I'd like to obviously progress on from that, but if 210 for 5 feels like absolute max effort today, then that's all we needed from the session. Irrelevant of load, my body has got the stimulus that Shane wants from the session. So a good piece of information on auto-regulation for you there. I am sipping a DY Nutrition Blood and Guts in the pear, which is very refreshing. I quite like this flavour. I'm going to make up my carb drink. No creatine in that today because I've had quite a lot of creatine today already. And then we're just going to warm up and fucking get into it. I'm very, very busy today in preparation for the Arnold's. I'm heading to Birmingham tonight. We decided to book me and the missus decided to book me a travel lodge tonight just to make it a little bit easier for me to get up tomorrow morning and get my work done on my laptop for my check-ins on Friday, so tomorrow. So I'll be at a travel lodge tonight, get up early, check-ins, go and meet Harry, weigh him in, get my coach's pass, get into the expo, and then go and look after Georgia and Alfie tomorrow. And I'll be taking you guys with me for what will become a separate series. So similar to like what I did at OSG, it will be a separate series, which I have the name for, but I'm not going to tell you yet, because if there's anyone on here OG, you're going to fucking love the title of it. And then we can run them, because I am back-to-back now comps for 4 weeks every weekend. Technically I've got 6 guys competing this weekend. I've got 4 at the Arnold's, 1 in Colville, Josh, and then also 1 at Ilkeston, the unit Ilkeston. I've got Hal competing there on Saturday. So there's 6 of the team competing. Next weekend I have 1, which is Avena. The weekend after that we have Cam. The weekend after that Josh goes again for the Giants Live qualifier. And then the weekend after that is the weekend that was meant to be the Haynes Farm Open, but that obviously got moved. So that will be my weekend off, which is the end of April. So yeah, it's a bit busy. It's a little bit busy, and I've got Giants Live Europe's to watch in the mix there. We're going to watch that live on a Saturday night, and a bit of grub with a couple of the guys and girls from here, with Scarlett and Tom. Well, not Tom. Tom's dieting, but he's coming with us, I think. We're going to get some pub lunch in a week or so's time on Saturday afternoon. So every weekend for the next few weeks is fucking ramped, which is good, man. Like, as much as it's daunting being that busy, and sometimes you feel some squeeze being away from family. Obviously I've got a young son. Being away at weekends and stuff can be tough. It isn't all the time, and I asked for this life, so I can't moan about it. Like, there was a time where I'd have fucking begged for this, got on my knees, kissed feet and begged to live this life, sat outside my gym talking about being, you know, super busy as a coach with clients trying to qualify for Giants Live, as I sit next to my flashy BMW, although it's not that flashy, it's only a 15 grand car, but even still, I've had £1,500 shit as my whole life, so that's special to me. Do you know what I mean? Silly stuff like that means a fucking lot. When you know where you've come from and you know where you're sat, you have to have these moments of appreciation. Anyway, enough of that wussy floppy shit. Let's get this chinned. Let's get some big squats underway. Bit fucking emotional, that. feeling pretty fucking privileged today, as I've got the boys in. I got my favourite client, Jack, behind me, and then my other favourite client, Owen, he's squatting as well, and then the fucking reject, Danny, over there. Fucking binned me, didn't he? So he's not worth shit. He done 200 squat for a triple today, which would have been really good if it had been programmed by me, but it wasn't, so it's fucking shit. Didn't look like he got to depth, to be fair, and just looked a little bit sketchy and all over the place. No doubt he'll post it on his Instagram later and say that it was like low RPE rep or something in the tank. As always with people like that, it's a load of bollocks, isn't it? So, but yeah, beautiful stuff, exciting. Hopefully I can perform today as opposed to be shit. We shall see.
Bitch, I got
So I'm a piece of shit. I've just filmed a whole outro and didn't press record. So now it's recording and my mic is working I'm on 18% battery, so I need to hurry this up, but I am super positive about that session, which makes a fucking change, doesn't it? Although not necessarily a very comp specific session. If anything, the main thing on there that was comp specific, hopefully, is the grip. Wasn't particularly good today. I'm not bitter about it, because that's some of the strongest squats I've ever done, particularly on the safety squat bar. The safety squat bar really challenges me, especially in the pull setup that we're doing. I like that. I like what that's doing for me. 2, 3, 5 for 5. That definitely felt like my best ever pulls is, as well as the heaviest weight that I've ever done for pulls is. And it's also 5 kilos short of my all-time best 5, not pulls. I've done 240 for 5, albeit RPE 8, but my best ever 5 is 240. So to knock out 235 with good pulls is, I'm a very happy boy. That went on to then the shoulder press, which I was really fucking happy with. Nice to have 3 plates on there again. That is a really heavy shoulder press, that one, because of where the weight horn is in relation to the axis. A lot of shoulder presses have the weight horn further back, so it ends up being quite light. There's videos of me in the past doing like 6.5 plates a side on shoulder presses, which sounds really cool and incredible, but when the weight horn's close to the axis, it's actually not that impressive really. On that one, 3 plates is like 60-65 kilos in the hands, so it's a decent weight really. So I'm very, very happy to get that on the move again, albeit for 7 reps, but I stuck to RPE 9. I left a rep in the tank. It undershot in terms of reps, not overshot technically in terms of reps, because I was meant to get 10 and I did 7, but I kept to the RPE, so we're not overcooking things. Heart shots today were really good. The set that I filmed on the camera won't look amazing. It's very, very steady, because I'm just feeling out how my shins and foot are feeling, and generally they felt pretty good. I got nice and gassed on that. It's only a 50 kilo keg. I just fancy picking up the keg. One, it's a little bit comp specific, but also I just couldn't be bothered to get the sandbags out. Big gym was busy, there was people in here. It's a shit excuse, I know, and that shouldn't happen with me, but I'm just itching to get a fucking keg in my hands, so I scooped the keg up. It's only a 50 kilo keg though, so front loading isn't really the goal there. It's mainly heel ball toe work, working through my cadence, working through my gait, trying to find my run again, which the second set that I didn't film on here, but I filmed on my phone, was fucking brilliant. I was really happy with that. I wanted 2 intense reps as opposed to doing 3 on whatever. I wanted to be able to really open up and try and run as fast as I could, so that's what you'll see. It probably doesn't look like much of a sprint to you, but for me that's quick. That's the quickest I've gone since Boston's last year, so where I could sprint a lot faster. So I was very, very happy with that. I was covering ground nice and quickly with less pain through my shins and ankles and foot. It was a little bit, but nowhere near as much as previous, so that's another big leap forwards in terms of progress that, as you can see, I'm very excited about. Unfortunately, grip wasn't gripping at the end. I really wanted 230 to match my squats, although squats were 235. I'd have been really happy with 230 on there. Shane wanted 500 pounds for a 20-second send, which is like 227 kilos. 230 went for 11 seconds. I fell a little bit short on that one, which, you know, is what it is. It's annoying. I'd have liked a bit more, but to be honest, it was the pickup that absolutely killed me, and I think it's just because by this point, especially with the 3 training days close together, my glutes and legs are just a bit fucking shot. But that's me done now until next week. I've now got 4 rest days before we go again on Tuesday, and I'm suspecting big pulls on Tuesday as well. So this is where it's all going to get very, very interesting, hopefully, and maybe even a little bit more comp specific. Who knows? I think he's going to be starting to wind up the pressing a bit more comp specific now, and then we may see some kegs and maybe some type of pulling work for trucks. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll do as he tells me, and I'll just take everything on board and be as open-minded as possible. But the vibe is good. As you can see, I'm a lot more positive. I've now got to drive to Birmingham, and it's late. It's a lot later than I thought it was going to be. It's fucking 7:20, so it's going to be gone 10 o'clock by the time I get in my travel lodge. But hey-ho, I'm happy. It's nice that I'm happy for once, instead of being the same old miserable bastard that I have been for a while. So the positive vibes are in. Let's crack on, and I will catch up with you next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that bollocks. Peace, love and cake.